Welcome back to Magoo's Reviews. All right, y'all, so Lupe Fiasco is here talking about Kendrick Lamar again. Before we get to the video, we just passed 1,000 subscribers. We're on the road to 2,000. After that, we're going 10,000, 100,000. We're going to be in the middle. We're going to claim it will happen. So please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. All right, y'all, so a couple days ago, Lupe Fiasco was on Koala T's Reacts. Very good YouTube channel. I have watched his channel plenty of times. I still watch his channel. Very, very, very good channel, man. His channel is definitely going to go up even more off of this video. But I have been following him for a while. He's a very funny guy. Extremely funny. Definitely go check out his channel. But anyway, he was on there. Lupe Fiasco jumped in there. They started debating. They started going back and forth. And, of course, Kendrick Lamar's name came up, right? And the whole conversation went sideways, right? Now, the articles come from HotNewHipHop.com. They have pulled certain aspects of the conversation. I'm going to talk about it as well, right? So pretty much the name of the articles right here says Lupe Fiasco's latest comments have fans thinking he's jealous of Kendrick Lamar, right? Now, here's one thing I will say. I think Lupe Fiasco is jealous of Kendrick Lamar's mainstream success because they kind of do rock in the same lanes. You know, Lupe was out before Kendrick. Now, I do remember when Lupe came out, you know what I'm saying? I remember the Trials and Tribulation mixtape. I remember when he was rapping over that De La Soul Much More beat, you know what I'm saying? He killed that joint. Like, Lupe, technically, yes, Lupe can rap. But I do think Kendrick Lamar is a better artist than Lupe Fiasco, hands down. I think Kendrick Lamar is definitely a better artist, a better performer. All that, the Lupe, and technically, yeah, I think Kendrick Lamar is definitely on par with Lupe. I ain't even playing. Like, I know he's gonna think differently. He's an MC, he's a rapper. He should think that way. But at the same time, technically, yeah, nah, nigga. I don't care what you say. Excuse my language. Nah, I think he's right there on par with Lupe. That's just me personally. You know what I'm saying? Now, getting right into the article, it goes right here. It says Lupe Fiasco has a long history of speaking critically about Kendrick Lamar. Very much so, and I'm going to get to that later on, but let's read the article a little bit. It says Kendrick Lamar is a hip-hop legend, without a doubt. Without a doubt, he's definitely a hip-hop legend. Although he is by no means exempt from criticism, his recent BET Awards wins, for example, which I am going to talk about, I'm going to do a separate video on the BET Winner Awards, is one many fans feel like he did not deserve. He hasn't dropped since 2024's GNX, but some negative conversations about K-Dot, like history comments from folks like Lupe Fiasco, had the fans debating if it's genuine or just products of emotion like jealousy. I think it's definitely the latter. You know what I'm saying? Go continue on. Lupe hopped on Koala T's Reacts. Again, good channel. Definitely go subscribe to him. Live stream on YouTube on Saturday, June 27th, to debate with the content creator about how Koala is always talking about him. While Koala compared that dynamic to Fiasco speaking on Lamar, the Chicago rapper said he isn't talking about Kendrick, as he wasn't present during the live stream. But the two continued debate, which led to more conversation about the comps and lyricists. Now, here's one thing about Lupe I don't rock with. Lupe is definitely one of them ninjas who will overtalk you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know plenty of guys like that who will overtalk you to get to their point, who ain't listening to listen. They're listening to react. You know what I'm saying? He's definitely one of those guys. Lupe is a guy that listens to react, not listen to process information. You know what I'm saying? Completely the opposite. Like, he is one of them guys, like, he thinks he's the smartest in the room. You know what I'm saying? Whatever he does. And again, he got to humble himself on a lot of that stuff. But continuing on, it says, in a clip caught by, I can't pronounce, on Twitter, Lupe Fiasco acknowledged how many fans today just want to hear him talk about Kendrick Lamar, given his past comments about him. This is beyond your control, he told Koala, and Lupe feels like it's beyond his own control at this point. They're not going to give an F about anything else what we said, right? Right, Lupe did say Kendrick is a better artist than me. He makes better albums. He has a better team. He has a better beat selection. He has better production. When it comes down to lyricism, no, everything else for sure. So Lupe saying no matter what, Kendrick got everything else except for the lyrical part. Now, I said that Kendrick is on par with Lupe. You know what I'm saying? But Lupe is an MC, and Lupe does have classic albums. Lupe does have good albums. We're not going to sit here and fact that Lupe doesn't have a good catalog. Lupe has a very good catalog. But continuing on, he says, I find it crazy that you can't even say that you think you're a better rapper than Kendrick Lamar. Fiasco expressed he tried to make his main point over the years concerning K-Dot clear. Lupe thinks Kendrick is a better artist, album maker, song maker, better team, better production. But when it comes down to lyricism, when it comes down to these lyrics, bar for bar, no. Everything else, for sure. Right now, Lupe also said that there are 100 rappers without a record deal that are better than Kendrick Lamar. Now, one of the rappers that he did state was Rosenberg Raw, who did respond. Battle rapper Rosenberg Raw responds to Lupe Fiasco, naming him the first rapper of 100 better than Kendrick Lamar, according to Lupe. He said, Lupe don't like me. He knew what he was doing. He said, and it was funny because I did hear him say that, yeah, him putting me right there doesn't make sense. He said that I don't believe I'm better than Kendrick Lamar and all that kind of stuff. But he's like, but to put me right there, he's like, come on, what are you doing, man? You know what I'm saying? Now, here's one of the reasons why I definitely say, I remember when Lupe said Logic is better than Kendrick. I remember when Lupe was on, I think it was Hot. Yeah, it was Hot 97, whatever. I think it was Rosenberg, Ebro, and all of them. And him and Rosenberg were going back and forth. He's like, yo, Rosenberg, you be nut hugging TDE too much. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going to say, he be nut hugging TDE and all that kind of stuff. You be nut hugging Kendrick and everything like that. And he was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, what's it called? He believes Logic is better than Kendrick. He also said he thinks Drake's better than Kendrick. Now, see, that's why I said the hate. Because you know what I'm saying? Because of the sole fact of how can you put somebody who doesn't write their own bars over somebody who does? That doesn't make sense at all. That's like me saying Drake is better than Lupe Fiasco. I mean, will he succumb to that? You know what I'm saying? Will he agree to that notion? Because that's completely ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to give somebody who doesn't write their bars and has other people write their music for them be over somebody who puts the hard work in. Doesn't make sense at all. You know what I'm saying? That's like me, you know what I'm saying, somebody who's natural over some. Anyway. We're getting right back into it. Anyway, back on our thoughts. But also, I remember when Kendrick went up to Hot 97 and Ebro and Rosenberg brought that situation up. And Kendrick was like, nah, you a fan of the music, right? He's like, yeah, I'm a fan of the music. He's like, so, you a fan of the music? You know what I'm saying? He didn't think too much about it. Now, one thing I will say this about Lupe. Lupe is in the same vein as the game. He's in the same vein as the game. He's in the same vein as game when it comes to Kendrick Lamar. They're both envious and jealous of Kendrick. It's clear as day. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't mean that you can't think. As a hip hop fan, I believe that yes, you should think you're the better MC. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing I should always believe. As a hip hop, you should believe I am the best. There's nothing wrong with that. But there are too many situations between Lupe and Game where you like now when you look at the trail of everything like from the past, yes, there is a hint of jealousy there, without a doubt. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you make stupid comments like that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's definitely hate. It's to the point where it's not even critical. Now, when he did say he has a better, yeah, he was giving him his props, but at the same time, Lupe is jealous of Kendrick. It is what it is, man. Lupe Fiasco is jealous of Kendrick. You know what I'm saying? Now, there were some fans on Twitter. I ain't about to read all that. You know what I'm saying? As far as like, yeah, Lupe was complimenting him, but at the same time, you know, he was giving himself props. You know what I'm saying? The whole Logic thing. You know, so for me, at the end of the day, what do I think? This is nothing new. Like I think it's Top 5 Troy, you know, he has another channel too where he talked about this situation. He was like, I even made a thumbnail because I knew Lupe was going to talk about Kendrick later on. You know what I'm saying? Sure enough, you know, it was brought up in a Quality Reacts debate between him and Lupe. You know what I'm saying? Now, one thing I will also say about Lupe, like I said, man, I give him his props. Like I said, I've been listening to Lupe for a very long time, but at the same time, I don't rock with that jealousy ish, man. I don't rock with it. Like I've seen too many guys growing up, like they're just that. Nah, man, it's not a good spirit to have. That's not a good spirit to have. You gotta let that go, homie. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is, man. You gotta move on from that. You know what I mean? Now, do I think if Kendrick even threw a subliminal, would Lupe jump out there? Yes, most definitely. Same with Game. If Kendrick did any kind of subliminal, because they are MCs, they will pick up on it. They would definitely respond in a heartbeat. You know what I'm saying? Because they're craving. I'm not saying they're craving his attention, but they want that smoke with him. You know what I'm saying? They want that smoke with him. You know, but at the end of the day, Kendrick's power right now is just not saying anything. He hasn't said nothing about Lupe. Nothing. Absolutely nothing about Lupe. And I think that's a good thing. I wouldn't say nothing about Lupe at all. I'll let him keep going on, but at the same time, all you're doing is just digging a bigger hole for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't got to do nothing. You know what I mean? Because now we just see this whole back and forth that's been going on for years. This is nothing new under the sun. This is something that continuously happen. I probably already did a video on it before about Lupe talking about Kendrick again. You know what I'm saying? Similar to Game. You know what I'm saying? It's just certain people have that envy. You know, they got that envy gene in them. You know what I'm saying? It's just there. It's just absolutely there. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, like I said, overall, shouts out to Quality Reacts. Very good YouTube channel. I thought it was funny going back and forth. And that's another thing too. Lupe definitely be online. He definitely be looking at people's videos. It doesn't matter how many subscribers or whatever. He definitely be looking at their videos and their channels. Like, shout out to Thought Crimes, one of my favorite YouTube channels. I remember when Lupe got into it with them. They got into a huge back and forth to the point where he just even dipped out on them. But at the same time, like I said, Lupe is one of those guys, he loves to control the narrative. He's debating you. He's talking over you. He's not listening to listen to you. He's listening to react. You know what I'm saying? He likes to debate. Lupe would be a good debater. You know what I'm saying? If he had debating class, very good debater. You know what I'm saying? But overall, as an MC, as an artist, I definitely give him his respect. He is dope. He is one of the greats. But that envy towards Kendrick, it is there. You know what I'm saying? Regardless if you say he's better, this or that, this and that, there's too much of a trail to go back to see like the things that you have said about him. You know what I'm saying? Especially when I heard that whole, you know, Drake. I'm like, oh, bro, get out of here, dog. Yeah, definitely. Like, you tripping now. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I think Game has that same situation too when it comes to Kendrick. But tell me what you guys think about this in the comment section. Do you think Lupe's comments were genuine? You know what I'm saying? As far as the whole 100 better rappers than Kendrick, do you think that's as well? You know what I'm saying? Because could people say the same thing about Lupe? Hey, man, there's 100 better rappers than Lupe. You know what I'm saying? Now, Lupe is a beast, though. Now, before I finish off, like I said, I remember he got in that back and forth with Roast to 5'9". Yeah, he got Royce. You know what I'm saying? Royce did his thing, but he definitely got Royce. Lupe beat Royce. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, like I said, we seen what Kendrick could do at the same time in the battle. Do I think Kendrick and Lupe are going to battle? Nah, bro. Nah, not at all. Not at all. I think this point, Doc's going to do what he does. He's going to keep silent. And when he drops, everybody's going to watch and listen to him, you know? But anyway, please don't forget to like, excuse me, damn. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. I'll see y'all soon. Take it easy.